All right, good evening, everybody. Everyone, this is the regular meeting of the City of Lawrence Board of Public Safety for February 27th, 2025. The chair recognizes a quorum. The first item on our agenda this evening is the approval of the regular minutes from our February 13th, 2025 meeting. Is there a motion?
I have a recommendation, just
Please.
so the amendments accurately reflect and how much we love it when people come to the board meeting. So I would like to include someplace that Donnie Morgan from the Taft Law Firm was present and spoke to us about their proposed contract. So it's just inserting that Donnie Morgan of the Taft Law Firm attended.
I think that's appropriate.
Donnie Morgan. Yeah.
We'll recognize your motion, and is there a second to same?
I'd second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Is there a motion to approve the, are there any other amendments to the minutes?
No.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I move approval of the minutes.
I'd
Been
second.
moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Now we move to unfinished business, and once again, I do not see the controller here this evening, so if, actually, do we want to just, what's the pleasure of the,
I'm fine if we just continue it. I hate to pull him out of the meeting, but
are there?
no, I think we just want to give it our blessing.
You can, yeah. Yeah. We'll, if it's okay with the other board members, why don't we move on to new business? And under new business is the approval of the bid proposal from Howard Companies, 2024-2 CMG in the amount of $893,821.15. Mrs. Raffala?
We are asking, we've gone through the process, we bid the documents 2 weeks apart like required. We had a question and answer ceremony. We did a bid opening in public. Our engineer and consultant, Shrewsbury, went through the bids with a fine-tooth comb and recommended at the last meeting Howard Companies. And now we're asking you to allow us to sign the contract with Howard Companies. This is the 2024-2 CCMG. The total is $893,821.15. CCMG funds that we were awarded will pay for half of this, and the other half is coming from the Motor Vehicle Restricted Fund. And streets that'll be done is Hess Avenue, Paradise Lane, Court and Drive, Broadway, Breckenridge, 53rd Street, Longworth, East Hill, 52nd Street, and Normal. And if you would have any questions, I'd be glad to answer those. If not, I'd appreciate a favorable vote to sign the contract.
I was just wondering if the city has used Howard Companies
Yes, ma'am, we
before.
have, and
Okay.
they did a great job for us. So
Okay, good.
They were very responsive and thorough and did a really good job.
And did they get done on time?
Yes, ma'am, they did.
And on budget?
They did.
Those are two key things.
It is very key.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other questions? Sir? Yeah.
Can I get a list of those streets?
Yes, sir. It's Hess Avenue. I can send it to you if
Would
you
you,
want
would you
it.
just send it to me?
Yes,
That'd
I
be
can
fine.
do that.
Thank you. That way-
Absolutely, sir.
All right, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Any other questions? Chair would entertain a motion.
I move approval of the bid proposal from Howard Companies for the 2024-2 CCMG in the amount of $893,000, $821.15.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. The controller has joined us at this point, so we'll move back to unfinished business, item 1. This is the acknowledgement of interagency agreement vis-a-vis ARPA funding between the City Controller's Office and the police and fire departments and the Department of Public Works and Safety respectively. Mr. Najla?
Yes. Good afternoon, board members of the board. Thank you for bringing this to the floor for discussion. I think the first time I introduced this before you was in December.
Yes.
And my explanation was basically this is just an interagency agreement between departments on how we are obligating the ARP funding. There was a statute requirement that all ARP funding to all municipalities need to be obligated by December 31st, 2024. There was no action that's required by this body. This was purely informational, just as part of Mayor Deb Whitfield's transparency to let the board know how we obligated those funds. But the funds have been obligated, and this was purely just to share with you for your information.
Okay, we appreciate that. Any questions from the board members
No,
regarding this?
no.
Okay.
I read it when it came through in December, so.
Yeah.
So do we need to make a motion? And I assume we're not approving it, we're merely acknowledging
Acknowledging.
the
It's
existence.
Is that right?
Okay.
Want to make a motion to that effect then?
Yeah, and I'm going to make one motion for both the police and the fire department. I make a motion that we acknowledge the interagency agreements for ARPA funding between the city controller's office and the police and the fire departments of the city of Lawrence and the Department of Public Works and Safety respectively.
Thank you. Is there a second?
All right, second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Controller.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is comments from the administration. Mr. Chief of Staff, is any comments this evening? Any questions for the Chief of Staff?
No.
Seeing none, thank you very much. And I don't see any citizens in the audience this evening, but Madam Secretary, is there anybody online?
There's no.
Okay. There's no citizen comments. The chair would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move adjournment.
All right, second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, everyone.